as we know with setting trade policies, the challenge is you want to promote trade, but you also want to make sure any investment and trade also benefits the country, as we have seen in Indonesia with its downstreaming efforts. We've heard that Philippines is also interested in following those footsteps. So what can you share with us on those efforts, and especially can we see a nickel export tax in the near future?
Well, we have seen the experience of Indonesia on how they were able to improve the value added on their nickel ores. Of course, Indonesia is much bigger in terms of nickel reserves compared to the Philippines. So we will have to tailor our approach based on our situation. The way I see it, we can encourage the downstream processing of nickel for companies, for major conglomerates that are already in the nickel mining business. So they have the staying power to shift while the facilities are being built towards processing. They're not under pressure to export. Unlike a smaller nickel mining company, which relies heavily on its nickel ore export. So we are banking on a few conglomerates in the Philippines that will be able to move towards nickel processing on their own volition, with no need for either a ban on export, which I don't think we have the market power to be able to make the ban on export work, or imposing an export tax. But we're studying the situation very closely. The important thing is that we will definitely move towards the direction of creating greater value added for our nickel ores. The other important aspect to consider is our move towards electric vehicles, because it will make better sense to go downstream on nickel, down to the production of batteries, if we will have the electric vehicle manufacturing operation in the Philippines. The Philippines was not able to catch up with internal combustion engine vehicle production. But with electric vehicles, we have all the competencies already in place. Okay, starting, and also the resources needed to produce electric vehicles. Firstly, we have the nickel resources that are critical to the production of batteries, which account for almost half the cost of an electric vehicle. And we have also the other critical minerals that go into electric vehicles, like copper. And we have the expertise in software, given our heavy involvement in IT BPM operation. We have competence in producing electronic products, given that it is our major export from the Philippines, accounting for almost half of our export, are electronic products and semiconductors. So these elements, the green metals, the existing expertise in electronics, the manpower competence in what are required in an electric vehicle, we hope to be able to do a fully integrated production of electric vehicles from nickel ores up to finished electric vehicles. Also, the other components are being developed. There is a iron ore processing, there's a smelter being put up, steel mills are being put up to be able to provide the other inputs to electric vehicles. So that's the strategy that seems to be evolving. And that is, from my perspective, an appropriate approach. We encourage businesses to go into processing of nickel ores because of the incentive, of the profit incentive, not so much ban or penalty. We'll not use the whip. You know, it will be the carrot that will attract them to go downstream production.